Are you looking for the best budget laptops? In this video we will look at some of the 8 best laptops on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Apple MacBook Air 2020. With nearly 13 hours of battery life, a crazy powerful M1 processor, and an incredibly smooth trackpad and keyboard, it should be no surprise that the MacBook Air M1 shoved our previous top laptop out of its spot. Compared to the mid-2020 MacBook Air, the M1 version is almost identical. The only changes are the switch from Intel to the Apple-made M1 processors and the total lack of fans. Apple claimed this new M1 chip would be so amazing that we'd want to ditch our old Intel Macs. They delivered, with the M1 processor packing 7,667 points in Geekbench 5, over 1,000 points higher than our third highest laptop of 2020, the Dell XPS 157390 with a 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor. Basically, this $1,000 laptop performs better than most laptops twice its price. But it's not all about performance. The most astonishing feature of the MacBook Air is its battery life. Our battery test always pulls fewer hours from the laptops than they claim to give, so we expected the claimed 15-hour battery life to turn into 9 hours. Instead, we got over a dozen hours. In short, it shattered the record for the longest battery life we've seen from a laptop running Chrome. The previous record was 9 hours and 44 minutes from the Lenovo Chromebook Flex 3. We went days on end without charging this laptop. The MacBook Air M1 comes with the same aluminum chassis and Retina screen we loved in the earlier 2020 Intel MacBook Air, although we'd love to see a redesign for the MacBook Air's next iteration, thinner bezels, perhaps? This is one of the most surprising releases we've seen in years, and we can't imagine anyone not falling in love with the M1 MacBook Air. At number 2. Dell Inspiron 3501 2021. Finding a good budget laptop that can keep pace with the premium Ultrabooks is no small feat. The Dell Inspiron 3501 accepts it with grace. It's thin, lightweight, and powerful enough to run any productivity task without issue. While the Inspiron won't win any beauty awards, the body feels rugged and does a great job of warding off fingerprints. The full-sized keyboard offers responsive keys that perfectly toe the line between soft and bouncy. Meanwhile, the decently large trackpad is smooth and has no issue picking up your fingers' movements. Unlike many of its budget peers, the Inspiron also manages to offer power without sacrificing battery life. It can go for almost 8 hours before needing a recharge. Our Intel Core i5 model was a workhorse, performing the same, or better, as laptops that cost hundreds of more dollars. Whether you need dozens of Chrome tabs at the ready or find yourself working with Photoshop several times a week, this laptop will perform reliably. The only issue we had with the Inspiron was its dim screen, which may not be bright enough for those who work outside traditional office spaces. It's not the fanciest, but boy does it get the basics right, offering a comfortable experience that won't cost a fortune. At number 3. Acer Aspire 5 2021. The Aspire 5 packs a lot of value into a small price tag. With a sleeker profile and a mid-range processor, the Aspire 5 is ready to take on basic productivity tasks at home, work, and school. While its build isn't as nice as pricier laptops, it has almost as much power and is perfect for someone that needs something just for writing papers, making Cricut cutting machine designs, or checking emails. Should you take it with you to your office or a coffee shop, you can squeeze a little over 6 hours of battery life out of the Aspire 5 before you'll need to run to a power outlet. Being such a low-priced laptop, the Aspire 5 had to make compromises to keep the budget so low. Its display is mediocre, with dull colors and brights that bloom the darks on screen. Meanwhile, its mostly plastic chassis flexes under moderate pressure and may have trouble if you give it the rough treatment. The keyboard and trackpad are usable, although the keycaps have a gritty texture that's off-putting. But, a surprising perk of the Aspire 5 is its large port selection, which includes USB-A, USB-C, Ethernet, and HDMI ports. Despite its flaws, it's a machine that can keep kicking for a few years if you treat it well. With a free storage drive bay inside, you can upgrade your storage later too, an option that's become less common across laptops currently. The Dell Inspiron still stands above the Aspire 5 for our best laptop under $500, but if you want to spend the lowest amount of money possible on a machine that's still convenient enough to use all day, then the Aspire 5 is a great choice, provided you are okay with its shortcomings. At number 4. Microsoft Surface Laptop 4. Microsoft's mainline Surface Laptop 4 packs just about everything you could need in a slim, portable machine. It has a beautiful high-resolution display with a 3:2 aspect ratio perfect for web browsing, a smooth and accurate trackpad, and a quiet backlit keyboard with 1.3mm of key travel, not quite as deep as we'd like, but good enough for typing longer documents. Plus, 8 hours of battery life assures us that you can get through just about the whole workday on a single charge. You also get face recognition for near-instantaneous login, a touchscreen, a USB-C, and a USB-A port, which is awfully nice during this transition period between the two standards. Plus, you get a Windows installation free of manufacturer bloatware. It does still have Windows 10's usual pre-installed games like Candy Crush and Farm Heroes, but at least those aren't bothering me with notifications all the time, like the antivirus trials that come on oh so many laptops these days. We have quibbles with the Surface Laptop 4, but they're small. The keyboard has just a bit of flex to it, and Microsoft's proprietary charger is more annoying to use than a standard USB-C charger would be. The charger does, however, have an extra USB port in the power brick, so you can charge your phone at the same time, a very nice touch. I also worry about the fabric keyboard discoloring over time, but these are minor nitpicks and, to their credit, Microsoft claims the fabric keyboard can be cleaned with soap and water once every month or two. We tested the Intel Core i7 model, one of the fastest laptops we've reviewed so far, but an AMD Ryzen model is also available with even better performance and battery life. We only managed to squeeze 8 hours of battery life from our unit, but many users claim they can get north of 10 hours or more. This inconsistency holds it back from being the best Windows laptop we've tested, but it's still a darn good laptop. At number 5. Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5 13-inch laptop. Lenovo's Chromebook Flex 5 is a perfect mix of power, sophistication, and value. This 13-inch 2-in-1 laptop, usually found for under $400, uses quality mid-range components and has a stellar build quality that can rival laptops twice its price. The Flex 5 we tested packs a 10th generation Intel Core i3 processor that makes Chrome OS run quickly. With no hesitation, you can open several apps and dozens of Chrome tabs before its performance takes a hit. The gunmetal gray chassis is nothing short of stunning. The hinges are firm, and the body feels like it can take some roughhousing. The 1080p touch display is vibrant and bright and is also stylus compatible, although you have to find your own stylus. The keyboard and trackpad both feel comfortable and enjoyable to use for long periods of time. The Flex 5's biggest drawback is its middling battery life, which falls well below most Chromebooks' 8+ hour battery life. The audio is tinny and thin, making voices sound distant and muffled. Even though its webcam is only 720p resolution, its image is reasonably clear in low lighting, and the color stays neutral. However, none of these flaws are deal breakers, and the laptop offers incredible value for the money. At number 6. Asus Zenbook 14, Q407i QBR5N4. Compared to the 2019 Zenbook 13, the AMD-based Zenbook 14 trades in its 8th gen Intel processors for markedly better performance and battery life while maintaining the Zenbook line's admirable portability. We were a little disappointed to see the premium build quality go on the cheaper models, but this is still a good mid-range buy with some of the best battery life and weight in its class. When you open the laptop, the comfortable keyboard stands out. It's deep and easy to type on, and it's not as cramped as the Zenbook 13's keyboard. The extra inch makes a difference. This model's trackpad isn't the glassy glider from, say, a MacBook, but it's nonetheless comfortable to use thanks to its width and its excellent fingertip detection. However, we were not impressed with the Zenbook 14 screen. This matte 1080p panel gets darker than last gen's glossy screen, but it's also 70 nits dimmer at max brightness. Its colors are also a bit more washed out than those of the Zenbook 13's display. One aspect where the Zenbook 14 far surpasses its predecessor is in performance, arguably the aspect that most affects your experience with a laptop. Its new Ryzen 5 4500U processor is blazing fast, crushing the old Intel Core i5-8500U in benchmarks, and its lower power consumption means the Zenbook 14 has a battery life of almost 8.5 hours. Overall, this is a great budget laptop for those in need of a powerful but uber-portable traveling companion. At number 7. Asus Chromebook Flip. If you're a young professional, you should definitely check out the Asus Chromebook Flip. Its performance is good enough for everyday tasks like surfing the web and checking email, its 2-in-1 form factor lends itself well for reading and movies, and its bezels are practically non-existent. This means you're getting a ton of screen. However, its sophisticated design elevates it past similar Chromebooks. With its aluminum finish and chrome trim, the C434T looks and feels like a premium product, minus the premium price tag. It's one of the most elegant-looking Chromebooks we've seen in a while. Sadly, its trackpad isn't on par with the rest of the Flip's excellent design. It's not as responsive as a MacBook touchpad, and it could take some time to get used to. It's not a deal breaker, per se, but it's something to be aware of. At number 8. HP Stream 14 14DS0013DX. If you're looking for something under $300, you should look at our top pick in this category, the HP Stream 14. We've been testing $200 and $300 laptops for years, and while it's a challenge to find worthwhile machines, we're always excited to share the gems we dig up. The HP Stream 14 won't blow anyone away with its performance, but it works. Its 1366x768p display is washed out, but comfortable enough to read on and watch an occasional video. Similarly, the trackpad and keyboard will get you through any reports or emails you may need to type, but it may not be the best for your next big novel. While our top laptops pack a punch with super-fast processors, the Stream 14 offers something closer to a gentle nudge with its performance. We run Cinebench to test most Windows 10 laptops, but the Stream only rendered about half the image after an hour of chugging. An entry-level, $400 Lenovo IdeaPad 3 finished rendering the image in less than 15 minutes. In real-world applications, even the most basic web pages took a couple of seconds to load, and anything beefier than a single Chrome tab was just a nightmare. The Stream 14's measly 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage mean that it can barely chug through the basic Windows processes, and adding anything else on top will notably reduce performance. If you don't need to buy a new laptop right now, I'd advise you to save a little more money and buy a more capable laptop. Even if you don't mind the slow performance, the storage isn't upgradable and a 32 GB drive will fill itself up with Windows patches alone. However, if you do need a new Windows laptop ASAP, this is one of the best laptops we've tested at this price range.